Okay, so Dev and I prepared this project, which is pretty much a couple of slides to address the questions that were assigned for this project, 7 questions as I recall. So we try to share the load, and I'm going to start. And I'm going to start with the first one: what kind of data business collects for the analysis?
Dan, could you make it
the max that I could get? Okay, what kind of data we collect as a business? And I put here in alphabetical order: attitudinal, behavioral, engagement or interaction, and personal or basic data. Now you can all read, so I'm not going to go and read through all of them as an example, but the most important is the personal data that people are familiar with, and they are also familiar with the compliance guidelines like GDPR, HIPAA, and so on. So personal identifiable information like name, email, phone, gender, social security number, and sometimes non-personally identifiable information like computer-related device ID, IP address, web browser cookies. Then we go to the next one: why business collects the data. And I put in here a couple of entries, like improve customer experience, refine marketing strategy, secure more data, transform data into cash flow. For instance, to improve the customer experience, business analyzes customer behavior and creates customized promotions and special offers based on customer data. And similar approaches with the others: marketing strategy. Business understands how consumers are engaging with and responding to its marketing campaigns and adjusts accordingly. What analysis business performs with the collected data? So there are different types. Visualization is a big part of it, with charts, graphs, and tables. Identifying patterns, correlation, trends. Test hypotheses and tell stories. Test hypothesis is very important, in my opinion at least, because it shows usually a relationship between one dependent variable and a single independent variable. For instance, in a case of a business involved in making drugs like AbbVie or Baxter, you can apply this test hypothesis in the following fashion: if you take this drug regularly, which is an independent variable, you prevent a certain disease, which is a dependent variable. This is at a very high level as an example. And then, of course, you can build a nice story based on the data that you have, the visuals that you have, and the patterns and correlations and the trends that you generate out of looking at your data. Dev, are you there?
Yes. Hello, everyone. So I'm going to take over for this slide. Thank you, Dan. So moving forward, what challenges business is facing in the data collection? As you guys all know, there are many challenges that business face when it's come down to data collection. Some of common challenges include data quality, data security, data privacy, data volume, data integration, data analysis, and data governance. If I can talk about data quality, we all know when you collect the data, the quality of the data is crucial part, especially for the stakeholders, so they can make a right decision and they can improve the business. And poor data quality can lead to incorrect insight and wasted resource. If I talk about data privacy, you want to make sure that you share the data in person who's supposed to see it. As far as consumer data, it has to be secure from the cyber attacks, and customer are increasingly concerned on these days, as we all know. Today's world, the cybersecurity is going in the next level. So we had to prevent by happening that. Dan, if you go to the next slide.
No problem.
What are your recommendation or key consideration for the data collection? There are several: the name of the research and data collection, the type of data that you will be collecting, the method and procedure that you will use to collect, store, and procedure data. Operationalization, sampling, also it's involved. I'm not gonna go through all that since we are running out of time. If I talk about sampling, you have to collect the sample. Let's say if I have thousands of data, you had to collect every 100 or every 500, so you can get the perfect graph, so stakeholder can make a prediction how their company is gonna do for next decade. Then you can go to next slide. What kind of chart and graph can be used to prevent this data? There are several: bar chart, line chart, pie chart, scatter plot, and histogram. Like I mentioned again, pie chart, bar chart, those are the valuable asset for the stakeholders. When you're done collecting data, you can inform those in a nice graph, so we can make a prediction. Then you can take over for next slide.
Yes, so this is the last slide, the 7th slide. So Dev and I think that this data can provide insights into the customer behavior, market trends, and operational performance, as well as help identify opportunities and make informed decisions in real time.
So, what kind of data do business collect for analysis? We have customer data, product data, website, marketing, and supply chain data. Customer data, what kind do they collect? Demographics, purchase history, browsing behavior, feedback. As for product data, it could be what are they selling, what's not selling, inventory, product attributes, reviews. Regarding into their website data, is it how visitors are behaving is in user interactions, traffic, clickstream data, conversion rate, as in people who, like, once they click on it, do they actually buy the products? We also have marketing data, what works, what doesn't, advertising spend, click-through rates, campaign performance, and supply chain data, how things get to customer, as in shipping and delivery time, and supplier information. Next up, why do business collect data? It's to know what customer like, to keep products in stock, to make ads effective, to spot trends and grow, and to make shopping a better experience for everyone. Next, we have what analysis do business perform with the collected data? They sort through customer groups, or should I say, they sort customers into groups, suggest things to buy together. So, you know, like how on Amazon, like, oh, like most people who buy this also buy XYZ products. So it's a similar thing on Temu. You know, they test what works best on their website and in ads, and they can plan on how much inventory to have and figure out if or how happy or unhappy customers are. Next, we have what challenges are business facing in data collection. There's data integration from various sources, data quality and accuracy, ensuring data privacy and security, handling and analyzing large volumes of data, keeping up with changing customer behaviors and market trends. And all that means is that data can come from different places. Sometimes they're not perfect, and they need to keep these data private and safe. And there's lots of it, and customers keep changing their minds. So it's difficult to keep up with all of that sometimes. Next, what are some recommendations or key consideration for data collection? I'm just going to summarize this real quick, and it's to say that you make the clear rules for data, check to see if the data are good, keep the data safe, use one system for everything, and always watch for changes in what customer like. And that's kind of like when you watch what customers like, you can kind of retain them. Next up, what kind of charts or graphs can be used to present these data. So to show what's selling, you can use line and bar charts. To group customers, you can use pie charts and heat maps. To see what people are clicking on, you can use scatter plots and heat maps. For ads and sales plan, stacked bar charts and funnel charts. For tracking inventories, area charts and bullet graphs. Lastly, how can these data and reports be used for business decisions? And so by looking into these info, Temu can pick what ads to show, like their football ads. Like the Super Bowl ads. I'm sorry, the Super Bowl ads. What products to stock and what will make the customer happy. And they can also make sure that they have enough inventory and know where it is. And the cool thing about Temu is that they actually they get you like notifications, or they even text you like, hey, like this product is like low in inventory, like get it now while you can, while it's at this price. So that's just kind of like how Temu kind of get you to shop more on their website. And so that was very interesting. So that's why I did my project on that.
Yep.
All right, so I did my project on Northwestern University and collecting data for the facilities management department. An overview of what the presentation is and what sort of what I looked into. The facilities management department would likely collect data on energy usage, maintenance requests, space utilization, equipment performance, and many other things related to the buildings and the people that work in them. The operational and usage data would allow them to analyze to improve efficiencies, time in between jobs are finished, customer satisfaction, right? Because everyone working in the building is a customer as well. They collect data in many different forms. We have areas to reduce costs, optimize efficiency, anticipate maintenance needs, right? There's lots of equipment in the buildings that can break down. We can allocate resources effectively. Who's working out in the field, the different techs can go to the right places and improve sustainability, right? That's a long-term sort of goal of all buildings, especially in today's environment of working towards sustainability practices. And then all the data collected will allow you to have make data-driven decisions. I think I just talked about that one. You can perform high energy consumption areas. You can find those and improve efficiency improvements, predict maintenance needs, analyze the space for different planning. All this can be achieved by pulling in data, different ways of doing that, customer surveys, sort of time need. People put there's all ticket systems, so people put their time in there and the different things that they worked on. So you can all pull data from all the different places. Now, some of the challenges would be incomplete historical data. So before any sort of systems that they had in place, you'd have to go back and find that and sort of collecting all that. And then there could be just a whole bunch of data in different places. So you'd have to put that all together. So that would be a big challenge. Some of the recommendations would be prioritize high value data needs, leverage automated data collection, right? So any sort of data that doesn't have to come in from a person, anything that's connected to any of the ticketing system or things like that. Use data management systems to organize and analyze the data and focus on data-driven decision-making.
Wonderful.